In business news, not so cheery news coming from the aviation industry as Nigeria has lost the United States Category 1 status as the country's airline failed to operate directly to the country for 2 years. The new United States Federal Aviation Administration law states that failure of any country's airlines to operate directly to the United States for 2 years of ASISA would lead to the loss of Category 1 status. With this removal, Nigerian airlines, including those planning to commence direct flights from Lagos, cannot operate directly to any city or airport in the U.S. until the country is re-audited and recertificated by the U.S. Federal Aviation Administration and returned to its former status. Meanwhile, the federal government, through the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, has reacted swiftly to clarify that the delisting was not due to safety concerns. The acting director general of the Civil Aviation NCCA, Captain Chris Najomo, in a statement emphasized that comprehensive audits by the International Civil Aviation Organization revealed no major safety issues. He said the delisting is in effect of Nigerian airlines can still operate in the U.S. using wet-leased aircraft from countries that retain Category 1 status. Meanwhile, the Central Bank of Nigeria says the country's foreign trade payments through letter of credit declined by 65% year-on-year to $319.9 million in the first 7 months of 2024, from $912.3 million in the corresponding period of 2023. Letter of credit payment is one of the critical measures of a country's creditworthiness, but a decline or increase could also reflect development in volume of import trades. The Apex Bank disclosed this in its international payments data for the review period. A letter of credit is a mode of payment used for importation of visible goods. A breakdown of data showed that LC payments fell by 15.6% to $204.4 million in the first quarter of 2024 from $242.2 million in the fourth quarter of 2023. This comes despite the Central Bank of Nigeria's efforts to boost liquidity in the foreign exchange market and stabilize the naira. The National President of Customs Officers' Wife Association, Mrs. Kikelomo Adeniyi, has inaugurated the Apapa Command Transit Camp and launched skill empowerment programs for its members in Lagos. At the event, Mrs. Adeniyi highlighted the program's focus of empowering its members with skills of economic and personal development, calling it a significant milestone in the journey, the association's journey. In her address, Mrs. Funsho Olumo, the chairperson of COA Apapa Area Command, emphasized the impact of COA's initiative on improving the lives of members and the community through skills development and support.
Is to unlock our potential, to shatter glass ceilings, and to redefine the boundaries of what is possible. We will equip ourselves with skills, knowledge, and confidence to soar greater heights. As we commission the launch and launch the project, let us embrace our collective strength. Let us celebrate our victories, and let us continue to inspire and uplift one another. May our skill empowerment projects be a catalyst for transformative growth.
These initiatives are more than just programs. They are the embodiment of hope, resilience, and the promise of a better tomorrow, especially for the beneficiaries. COA programs are designed to impact the home front and the society positively. They come with triple benefits of social, economic, and emotional support to our members, their families, beneficiaries, and members of their immediate families and the society at large.
Bond yields drifted higher today while currencies and Asian stock market steadied as investors waited on the RAFT 4 data to determine how deeply the U.S. can cut interest rates. But MSCI's broadest index of Asian Pacific shares outside of Japan ticked 0.1% lower Japan's decline. The forum is jointly hosted by the Industrial and Commercial Bank of China, the Standard Bank of South Africa. The forum has continued to scale new heights since 2021 and provides an opportunity to strengthen China-Africa cooperation, delivering tangible benefits to the people of both China and Africa.
We will allocate resources to support key sectors in Africa. This will increase financial investment in areas such as agriculture, manufacturing, new energy, digital economy, new quality productive forces, and the high-quality growth of the Belt and Road Initiative. By doing so, we aim to better achieve win-win cooperation.
China and Africa are two of the most dynamic economies in the world. There are growing complementarities between China and Africa's developmental paths. In order to realize these benefits, Chinese and African businesses need a highly capable and totally reliable financial services provider. There is an enormous scope for mutually beneficial investment and trade.
According to a new data from South Korea's official National Statistics Organization, the country's headline inflation slowed in August to its weakest in nearly 3.5 years, supporting market expectations for an easing of monetary policy as early as next month. Consumer Price Index rose 2% from a year earlier after gaining 2.6% the previous month, marking the slowest annual rise since March 2021. Last month, the Bank of Korea held interest rates steady at their highest in nearly 16 years, but revived expectations for a policy easing that some economists see happening as soon as October as growth concerns overshadows inflation worries. The bank said the data showed inflation was stabilizing more quickly than in major economies and it expects price to maintain a stable trend. The National Statistical Organization data shows core CPI, excluding volatile food and energy items, rose 2.1% from a year earlier, slowing from the previous month's 2.2% rise, marking the weakest since November 2021. And wrapping up business news, let's take you to oil prices, where Brent fell today and a sluggish economic growth in China, the world's biggest crude importer. Increased worries about demand overshadowed the impact of the halt production and exports from Libya. U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude sells at $73.67 with an upsurge of 0.16%. Brent also experienced a downward review, 0.72%, selling at $76.96 per barrel. Bonny Light sells at $78.62 with a downward price margin of 2.84%. And 40 OPEC basket dealers are offering $78.75 with an upward price margin of 0.83%.